Guys, they did it again. They did it again. They did it again. Oh yeah, great public safety committee hearing they just had. Yeah, not public safety, judiciary. Guys, excuse me ladies, yeah, I'm gonna. What? Oh no, I'm on camera here. We're gonna step out. Guys, they did it again. They did it again. Oh yeah. For those of you who haven't seen, they passed universal gun registration. They're passing red flag gun confiscations. They probably did it a couple of minutes ago. I just got out of the committee room, and for the second time, this legislature, these politicians, these organizations banded together and would not let the members and supporters of Minnesota gun rights testify against these bills. First, they did it in the House Public Safety Committee, right? You guys all remember that? Yes, Ben, you can testify. Yes, we're on the list. Blah, 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 blah. There it all is. There it all is. You can testify. This time, email after email. Ben, you've been given 2 minutes to testify against House File 9 red flags. 2 minutes. We got your ticket right here. Come on in. Come on into the committee room. Sit down. Let us purposely run the clock out and make sure the members and supporters of the largest gun rights organization in this state don't get to be heard. If you guys have been watching this, did you guys see this? They just passed the bills. They just passed the bills. On the docket, on the agenda, and I'm sitting there, I'm thinking to myself, boy, oh boy, this is going over time, isn't it? And I sat there and I thought to myself, they're not going to do it. They're going to do it a second time. They're going to do it a second time. These people have no respect for gun owners. These people have no respect for the Second Amendment. I don't care if you're a Democrat, if you're a Republican legislator, Minnesota Gun Owners Caucus, or Protect Minnesota. Everybody gets a seat. Everybody gets to talk. But the members and supporters of Minnesota gun rights, they don't get to talk. They don't get to talk. You guys don't get to talk. No voice for the members and supporters of Minnesota gun rights in this committee, in this legislature. The only way to fight this, is to continue to grow and become an even larger, more massive gun rights organization, so that we don't have to sit here and play these stupid games with these stupid politicians. What we do instead is turn right around, go right into their districts, and hit them where it hurts most. You see, folks, when you are effective, they don't let you speak. When you are no compromise, they don't let you speak. Oh, if you're willing to play the game, you get to talk. If you're willing to kiss their butts, you get to talk. Everybody and his dog got to speak on those bills tonight. But once again, the members and supporters of Minnesota gun rights got shoved in the back, got shivved in the back. This, folks, this is how they totally strip away and destroy your freedom. Please share this video, share it now. Become a member of Minnesota gun rights. Look, we're the only ones fighting this fight. You and me, and Stephen, and these other guys who are here, Teresa, these people, we are fighting for gun rights. These other guys, they're just playing the game. They're just playing the game. Go to joinmgr.com. Join up today. Join us. Join us. Join us. We do our best work on the outside. We do our best work at election time. We do our best work in their districts. If they want to play this game in St. Paul, if they want to play it in St. Paul, play it in St. Paul. We'll play this game in your districts. We'll play this game in your districts. We'll make sure everybody knows what you're doing here. Go to joinmgr.com. Joinmgr.com. Chris, put a link down there. There's not a link in the bottom. Go to joinmgr.com. Chris, pin it in the bottom. There it is. The second committee in a row. Last Wednesday, the House Public Safety Committee met, and they said, Minnesota gun rights, you're on the list. We'll get you in the room. You can testify against these bills. And the Republicans, Kurt Dowd, Brian Johnson, the rest of these guys, you see them sitting in there? They wouldn't let us testify last week. Here we are. We're 1 week later. We're 1 week later. I mean, why the lies? Why the charade? Just message us back and say, you know what? We don't want Minnesota gun rights to speak. We think it's better if you guys just not talk, and we're going to let all these other guys talk because, hey, you know, it is what it is. And these guys are willing to play the game, and Minnesota gun rights is not. It is not. Gen Z is asking, what happened? Well, a few minutes ago, they passed universal gun registration out of the House Judiciary Committee and red flag gun seizure legislation. And now, tonight, they say, oh yeah, you get to testify. You're on the list of testifiers to testify against these bills in the House Judiciary Committee. Now, nope. Nope. We don't get to speak tonight. Instead, Krusty Joe from the Minnesota, Gun Owners Civil Rights Alliance, I forgot because they're not an organization anymore. Krusty Joe gets up there and goes on and on and on and on and says, we need to make red flags more palatable. We need to strengthen this bill so that we can sign off on it. We need to make it more palatable. Many of those people doing the same thing. We need to fight back. Time to fight back. Join. Go to joinmgr.com. Become a member, because you know what? Only if you're willing to play their game do you get to speak. So we do our speaking out here. You know, you'd think that committee that got nearly 40,000 emails from the members and supporters of Minnesota gun rights, you'd think 40,000 emails might tell them, oh, maybe who should speak on the bills? Nope. Didn't happen. They got nearly 40,000 emails into that committee in the last 3 days from the members and supporters of Minnesota gun rights, all told, opposing this legislation. Oh, you should have seen the looks on their faces. You should have seen the looks on those legislators' faces when John Lesh, I think his name's John, when he goes, oh, that's the last testifier, you're done. All done. They knew exactly what they were doing. They were purposely shoving Minnesota gun rights members and supporters out the door. You can't hide from us. I'm sorry, but you can't hide from us. You cannot hide from us. We'll come after you in your districts at election time. It's as simple as that. We will expose you. We will expose you. I think my phone's going to die if it gets too cold out here. I might have to walk a little bit. Let me grab this. For those of you just getting on right now, the House Public Safety Committee, not the Public Safety Committee. They're all committees, they're all stupid, and they're all full of backstabbing politicians. Politicians. Oh, they show you respect when you kiss their backsides. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, that's how that works. But tonight, instead, not only do they pass gun control legislation, not only do they ram universal gun registration through this committee, not only do they ram red flag gun seizure legislation through this committee, but they don't even let real opponents of the bill speak against the bill. Once again, the members and supporters of Minnesota gun rights showed up in force, ready to testify, ready to oppose these bills, promised once again, oh, you can speak, you can testify, you're on the list. Here's the list. And they stabbed gun owners in the back. This is how they intend to ram this stuff through the legislature. We say hell no. We say hell no. You can sit here and try to stab us in the back all you want. We're coming after you. We are coming after you in your districts. You will not escape these betrayals. Unbelievable. Guys, join us. Join us. Join us. You and me, we are the only force fighting this gun control. We are the only ones willing to stick this stake in the ground and say no gun control, no deals. On our political lives, you will pay for any attack on our gun rights. Instead, they go, no, under no circumstances is Minnesota gun rights to speak on these bills. Under no circumstances. Liars. Liars. And these people have the gall. These legislators have the gall to stand there and say, Minnesota gun rights, they're a fake group. They're a sham. You know how we know they're a sham? They don't show up and testify in committee. They don't testify against gun control. Yeah, well, when you run us out of the committee, when you won't let us testify, I suppose it seems like it's pretty easy, isn't it, to convince people that we're not a real organization. These people have no respect for you. They have no respect for our Constitution. They have no respect for truth. And so here they are, stabbing gun owners in the back once again. Once again. These other organizations that are speaking, the pet organizations, these institutional ones, they're babies. They're little baby organizations. Little baby organizations with little baby Facebook pages, with little baby email lists, doing little baby work. You know what you guys are? You're a monstrosity. You're a monstrosity. In the best sense of the word. You guys are fighting like mad dogs. You guys are huge. You guys, you're massive. You're uncompromising. You are uncompromising in your fight for gun rights. Because no other organization in the state of Minnesota put in 38,000 emails into this House Judiciary Committee. Nobody. Nobody. You and me, we did that. Go to joinmgr.com. Join up right now. Join up right now. Help us fight back. Help us expose this. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Guys, I got to step in here. My phone's going to freeze to death. My phone's going to freeze to death. See if we can get in where it's warm. Or they locked us out. Oh, they've locked us out. People's house, don't you know? People's house. Let's see here. Door closed for repairs. You know what? I got a feeling maybe they closed that down on us too. Second committee in a row. For those of you just checking in, just hopping on, they just passed universal gun registration through the House Judiciary Committee. They just passed red flag gun seizure legislation through the House Judiciary Committee. And for the second week in a row, they put Minnesota gun rights on the list to testify against these bills just to stab gun owners in the back, just to stab us in the back and not let us testify on your behalf. On your behalf. It's our job as a gun rights organization to represent you up here. To represent you, to fight for you, to testify on your behalf because you can't be here. We are registered lobbyists. I'm a registered lobbyist on this issue with Minnesota gun rights, prepared and ready to testify on your behalf. And they stabbed gun owners in the back. They stabbed the members and supporters of Minnesota gun rights in the back. And so, guys, we're not just going to shout about this. We're not just going to shout about this, guys. We have to get to work in their districts. We have to get to work in their districts. Because these bills are going to the Ways and Means Committee. They're going to have another committee hearing coming up soon. We're not going to waste our time, because that's what they're doing here. They're doing their best to waste our time so they can pass this stuff. So we're taking it right to the House. We're taking it right to the House. We have our target list of legislators in the House, and it's coming for them in their districts. These politicians and their committees, they can pound sand. It's a foolish decision to go up against the members and supporters of Minnesota gun rights. It's pretty darn stupid. So if you're not a member, join. Go to joinmgr.com. Become a member right now. Stand and fight with us. Give us the resources we need to advocate on your behalf where it really matters. In their districts. In their districts. Because, guys, this is why we don't play their games. This is why we don't play their games. Because their games, all this crap, all this dog and pony show, all this crap that we just witnessed was designed to benefit them and screw you. It was designed to benefit them and screw you. Because you see, if I just walked up and sat down at the mic and said, sorry, Leshy. Sorry, Mr. Chair. But we're going to testify whether you like it or not. Well, they'd drag me out with security guards. That's how that would go down. This place is designed to benefit their agenda, not yours. That's why we say these other pet organizations, Little Robbie, Lazy Robbie, walking around up here all day, every day, kissing political tail. The system is designed to work for them, not us, not us. So join us. Join us and fight back where we can do our work. They wouldn't let us testify. For those hopping on, they rammed both gun control bills through the committee. And for the second committee in a row, last Wednesday, the House Public Safety Committee met and rammed this stuff through. We were on the agenda to speak against the bills last week. And what did they do? They barred us from the room. They would not let us testify. And they rammed the bills through. What did they do today? What did they do today? Well, once again, the committee hearing was set right up, and they said it's going to be a random selection of who gets to speak. of who gets to speak. Well, they said, hey, they sent me an email at about 5 o'clock yesterday. And they said, Mr. Dorr, you have been slotted 2 minutes to speak against House File 9, red flag gun seizure legislation. Please keep your testimony to 2 minutes. I asked some follow-up questions, anticipating that maybe they would lose my ticket somewhere or do something stupid. And they said, nope, you're good to go. You're good to go. And then we got here. They're ramming the, they might have passed red flags. I don't know if they've done it yet. They probably have. I don't know if the hearing's still going. I saw old Grassel walking around in there. And they stabbed member supporters of Minnesota gun rights in the back, and they kicked us out of the room. No, they didn't kick us out of the room. They didn't kick us out of the room. They just ran the clock out. They just ran the clock out and said, nope, no more testifiers. And all the politicians smiled. And all the politicians smiled. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute, guys. We might have somebody here. Hold on a second here. We have ourselves a politician, I think. Is that Brian Johnson over there? Hold on a minute, folks. We might get some answers after all. Oh, okay. I thought maybe we had ourselves a politician. Guys, if you're not a member, join up, help us fight. Stand with us. Stand with us. We'll never betray you. We'll never stab you in the back. We'll always fight. And look, if we were ineffective, they wouldn't let us testify. Or they would let us testify. That's how this works. If we were willing to play their game, maybe we get to testify like everybody else. But we're not. We're not willing to play their game. We're not willing to betray gun owners. We're not willing to betray gun owners. It's not going to happen. Help us go after these guys in their districts at election time. And I'll tell you what, we'll wipe the smug, arrogant smiles right off their faces. Right off their faces. That's how this is going to work. If you're not a member, join. If you are, make a contribution, please. Help us grow the size of this organization. It needs to become larger. It needs to become huge. It needs to become massive. I know 38,000 emails into the House Judiciary Committee in the last 3 days. That's huge. Let's get it to 100,000. Help us mobilize more gun owners. Help us mobilize more Second Amendment supporters. And bypass this entire stupid game. Because this entire thing is rigged. It's rigged, folks. It's rigged to make sure that these people maintain their death grip on the levers of power. What these people crave more than anything is power. Power and wealth. Your taxes, your money, your gun rights. That's what they wish to take from you to benefit themselves. Stand and fight with Minnesota gun rights. Because guys, look, the only way to be effective is to have more gun owners on here. More gun owners on board. More people fighting. That's the only way. It's never enough to just have one guy. One lobbyist down here talking to politicians. We need more. We need tens of thousands more gun owners on board helping us totally blast past this sham. It's a total sham. It's a total sham. Designed to screw you. It's not about me. I couldn't care less if I got to testify personally, because I know we're going to get them. We're going to get this. But it's the members and supporters of Minnesota gun rights who are to be represented here, who should be speaking in that committee, because quite frankly, you are by far the loudest voice in Minnesota gun rights politics. They got that NRA guy in there blasting away half the time going, We know these guys support universal background checks. We know they support red flags. They've been doing it all over the country. All over the country. Yeah, run the timeout. Run the timeout. Guys, I have to apologize. If the video dies, my phone died. It's pretty chilly. It's chilly out here. It's killing my battery. It's killing my battery. Guys, share this video. These smiling, arrogant, mouth-breathing politicians. We're going to get them. We're going to get them. In their districts. In their districts. In their districts. No apologies. No apologies. I don't know what else to say, folks, except stand with us and fight. Look, there's only one reason they kept us out of the room. Oh no, we got in the room. I'm confusing my committees. We actually got in the room this time. There's only one reason they won't let the members and supporters of Minnesota gun rights testify. There's only one reason, and that is because they are terrified of what we might say on camera in front of them. They are terrified of what I might say. And they all do it together. They all do it together. The Republicans, the Democrats. Who do we got in there? Brian Johnson. Yeah, great champion of gun rights, that guy. Great champion. I think he's great champion of the lunch bar. Share this video. Stand with us. Get this information out there. Because you know what? Nobody else is gonna. WCCO, Fox 9, KARE 11, they're not gonna run a story on this. No. They exist to protect these politicians. They exist to protect these politicians. Unbelievable. Unreal. Stabbing gun owners in the back once again. Guys, there goes a loser right over there. You see him? He's walking. That's a real loser right there. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. This place is chock full of losers. People, they don't have 3 vertebrae between them. They don't have no spine. They have no spine. No will to fight for gun owners. And so they'll sit right here and flush your gun rights down the drain. That's what they're doing here. Share this video. Share it all over the place. Look, if we get 10,000 shares on a video like this, heck, we got 1,000 shares on a video like this. And it's going to go a long ways. It's going to go an awful long ways to blast right past the fake news media. They're not going to let us testify. Ain't going to happen. Brady says they work for us. Yes, yeah. And we're going to remind them of that. Guys, join up. Join up. Become a member of Minnesota Gun Rights. Become a member. Stand with us. Fight with us. Go to joinmgr.com. There's links on top of this video, links in the comments section. Somebody just said Dan Fabian. Another loser who attacks Minnesota gun rights. Happens all the time. Happens all the time. These guys, they sit there and they talk a good game. They talk a good game. They say, I'm pro Second Amendment. They say, I believe in your Second Amendment rights. They say, I believe in gun rights. I believe in the Constitution. And they throw out all these buzzwords about public safety and about the rights of the individual. These people, they don't care. They don't care. They just don't care. They ran the clock out. No more testimony. No more opposition. But hey, look, they might do what they did last time. See, they'll wait, and either I'll go in there and we'll sit there till midnight and watch them tootle around, or as soon as they know that Minnesota gun rights is no longer there, then they go, oh, I'd like to give Ben Dorr a minute to speak if he's around. If Ben Dorr, oh, he's not here. He must not have wanted to testify. He must not have wanted to testify. Unbelievable. Trying to see some of the comments here. There they go. All right, guys, I'm going to go back in there. Go back in, see what can happen here. Join us. Stand with us. This is the second time. For those of you just hopping on, they passed universal gun registration. They're likely going to pass red flags if they haven't already. A lot of people are leaving. And even though Minnesota gun rights was once again lined up to speak against this legislation, they won't let us speak. They won't let us speak. Guys, share this video. Share it on your pages. Tell your family and friends to watch it. If you're not a member, please join. Stand with us. Stand with us. Help us expose these crooked politicians. Expose these crooked politicians, because that's what's happening here. It's crooked politics. It's crooked politics. If they didn't care, they say Minnesota gun rights, they're ineffective. They don't get anything done. Well, then why not let us speak? It's not that hard. It's not that hard. They're terrified of what we might say. They're terrified of us calling them out on their betrayals of the Second Amendment. That's what it is. That's what it is, because you guys, you've been hammering them with phone calls and emails. You made Lion Scott Jensen come out and say that he's going to vote against red flags and universal gun registration if it comes to the Senate. You made weak, feckless Paul Gazelka. You even made Mr. Rogers come out of the closet and say that his caucus was going to stand up and oppose this legislation. You've been forcing these people, right and left, to vote against this stuff, or to promise to vote against this stuff. All these legislators out here, a lot of these senators, you see them? They're cutting these videos all the time saying, oh, I'm going to stand up for gun owners. It's because they're feeling the heat. They're feeling the pressure from the members and supporters of Minnesota gun rights. They're terrified, and they're on warning. Unbelievable. What an absolute sham. What an absolute disgrace to our constitutional republic. To our republic. Unbelievable. Lippert? Todd Lippert. Oh, guys, there goes my anti-gun state rep right there. Todd Lippert. He's from Northfield. He doesn't like me very much either. He's an anti-gunner. Unreal. Nobody will stand up to these people. Nobody will tell them what they need to hear. Nobody has the cojones. Minnesota gun rights, you and me, we do. We do. We do. And that is why they will not let us testify. But that's okay, because this fight's going to the House floor. And so that's where we're going to go. That's where we're going to go. We're going to start hammering these people in their districts. Hey, if they won't let us take part in their little charade, well, we'll go in their districts. We'll get it done. We'll get it done. If you're not a member, join. Join Minnesota Gun Rights. Stand and fight with us. Stand and fight. Because nobody else is. You and me, we are. We're going to fight. We're going to fight to stop this stuff. And if they pass it, they're going to pay the price at election time. They're going to pay the price. Clarence says how terrified they are, but they just passed what they wanted. We always knew these committees, it was going to be tough. They stacked these committees. We knew that. This is their strongest point. These committees, these are their strongest points right here. We knew it was a long shot to stop it in committee, because this is their strong suit. And yes, there is no guarantee that we can stop this on the House floor, but that is precisely why we've been hammering on the weak Republicans in the Senate. Because that is our strong suit, the Senate. Not because we have Republicans there, but because gun owners have been pounding these people to oppose this legislation, making them so terrified that, hey, we might be able to stop it over there. Gordon says, spineless bastards. Hit the nail right on the head, my friend. Guys, I'm at 22%. I'm at 22%. This phone, dying rapidly. Join the fight, because we're going to fight like hell. We're going to fight like hell because our rights depend on it. Our state depends on it. Our families, our children, our future. The rights and privileges and freedoms that have been afforded to us, given to us, passed down by our fathers and our fathers' fathers, they're ours to fight for now. And if we don't fight for them now, we might not get another chance. We might not get another chance. When this stuff passes, it's hard as hell to repeal. It's hard as hell. That's why we are fighting for it, and we're not playing their game. People are asking what passed, what's going on. Guys, they just rammed, 1 week ago, they had hearings in the House Public Safety Committee. They promised Minnesota gun rights. They promised we could testify against the bills. They barred us from the room. They wouldn't let us in the room, and they rammed the bills through. Tonight, they passed it through the House Judiciary Committee. Once again, saying Minnesota gun rights, you get to testify. You are on the list. Here's your ticket. Have a good night. Well, they wouldn't let us testify. They ran the clock out, shut it down, wouldn't let us testify against the bills, and now they're ramming them through the House Judiciary Committee to very quickly go on the House floor. Probably go through the Ways and Means Committee. They'll probably have another committee hearing, but we're not going to waste our time. We're going to take this right to these politicians in their districts, not the suburban metro ones, not the Dave Pintos of the world. Those losers, they're safe from gun owners, but there are others. There are others in rural districts, in suburban districts, who would be very stupid indeed to vote for this legislation. And those are the ones we are going after. They're trying to destroy our state. And the people in that building right there in front of me are all doing it together. They're all doing it together. The fake news media, the Democrats, the Republicans, the fake, feckless losers at the other gun organizations, shaking hands, kissing babies. Hey, would you like a glass of water, Mr. Representative? Moms Demand Action, Protect Minnesota, they're all doing it together. They're all doing it together. They are going to play this game all the way down into our political graves. We're not going to sit by and watch it happen. So stand with us. Fight with us. Go to joinmgr.com. Joinmgr.com. Become a member now. Right now. Stand with us now. Our gun rights have never been more in danger. We must fight for them. And, as we say, we're not quitters. We're not quitters. We're not quitters. We're winners. We're winners here at Minnesota Gun Rights. We're fighters, and we're going to fight for our gun rights. We're going to fight for the Second Amendment. And you know what? If they won't let us in the committee, if they're going to lie and stab gun owners in the back, well, you know what? We'll go after them in their district. That's okay. That's okay. We have other options. We have other options, and we're going to fight. We're going to fight because these other people, Jake says, why are you calling them names? Hold on a minute here. I got to read this. They may be idiots, but we shouldn't call them losers and nobodies. Whatever. If the building's full of losers and nobodies, is all what they are. If I went in there and said, Mr. Representative, Mrs. Senator, if I did that, do you think that that would help? No. No, because that's how politics has been done for 25, 35 years. Beg and plead with politicians, beg and plead, and we get nothing, and we get nothing. So we'll go after them in their districts. Who just said that? Someone just said, Jesse says we need some radio ads. I like your thinking, Jesse. I like your thinking. Guys, they just rammed them through the House Judiciary Committee, red flag gun seizure legislation and universal gun registration. They lied once again, saying, Minnesota gun rights, you can testify against these bills. You're on the list. Here's your ticket. Way to go. Oh, but then they shut it down, ran out the clock. Guys, I got to bounce. I'm at 10%. 10% on my freezing cold phone. Join us. People are saying we need radio ads. Help us fund the radio ads. Help us fund them. Join us. Fight with us. Fight with us. We'll go after them. You guys, you and me, we're the best fighters in this state. Nobody comes close. Nobody comes close. And if they want to lock themselves in their little committees, let them go ahead. Go right ahead. We have some gun owners we need to talk to across the state. Make a contribution. Go to minnesotagunrights.org. If you're a member, then make a contribution. minnesotagunrights.org. Make the contribution now. Fight with us now. Stand with us now. We need you now. We need you now. I'm going to hop off before this dies, guys. Share this video. Stand with us. Fight with us. And I'll have more updates for you very, very soon. Share this stinking video. All right, we'll talk soon.